Yep, so we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about football. I know some people don't like it on this channel. Yes, I understand the previous video we did was pretty much just flat so far, but we're not going to talk about that because, well, let's keep it positive. But that being said, we've got to talk about the Euros. It's happening right now. It's currently one of the biggest sports events happening, other than, you know, the other football sports that's happening and the Olympics coming up. But still, we talk about the Euros today because, as you can clearly tell by my accent, I am an English fellow. I'm an English fellow, and I'm right now supporting my country, England, in its Euros, in its group. Right now, I think England are in the same group as Croatia, Czechoslovakia, and Scotland. And I've got to say my piece on just what's going on with the group and kind of what's happened so far, really, because I feel someone needs to talk about it. I think a lot of people have talked about it. I think it's time I kind of spread my views on it, essentially. So, yeah, that being said, I'm going to get straight into it. So that being said, we start off with the first game. The first game is against Croatia. I should know this. I watched the game anyway. We watched it and we won 1-0, which was alright, but we should have won by more. I mean, it's one of those things where, well, let's be honest, the team played well. We had a good throw in set pieces, but the thing is, Raheem Sterling scored. It was a good moment to have. But if you think about it, yeah, I know Croatia were the biggest challenge in our group, but surely we would be doing a lot more than just 1-0, because it felt like we were just sitting back a lot of the time. Don't get me wrong, we've got a good team, but it's one of those things where you look at our team and we look at their team, and when we're posted to be like the favourites of the tournament, you'd expect us to win emphatically by that point. And, you know, with 3 points up on the group and being, like, you know, joint leaders, I honestly thought that going up in the game against Scotland, we'd actually win as well. But, so yeah, this is why I'm making this video. So, look, I understand Scotland has some good players coming up, and I'm pretty sure, you know, to be fair, they were my second team to go up, mainly because I'm a big Home Nations guy. But the thing is, though, like, it's Scotland. Like, when did these guys become a challenge? And again, if you're from Scotland, I've got to say my piece. I genuinely didn't think Scotland would hold their own against England. I didn't think they would. Yet somehow we drew in a goalless session. We should have won that. Think about the talent that we have right now. We should be winning those games. Why we're not winning is kind of dumb. Like, think about the players that we have. Raheem Sterling, Jadon Sancho. Literally, like, well, we did have Trent Alexander-Arnold because obviously he was injured, but still, we still have like quality players, and yet we drew 0-0 to Scotland. Like, that's kind of laughing stock right now. And so far, that's pretty much what's happened. Right now, we're drawn with 4 points with Czechoslovakia, which is, you know, I thought we'd be winning, but yeah, we're just kind of looking in this area of where everyone thinks we're safe. We're not safe. We're literally 3 points above third place at the moment, who are, well, Scotland. And it's just, I don't know what to say other than I genuinely do think we're going to struggle in the next game. Think about it, we're facing joint first place here. And with the plays that we have, the things that we've done before, we're going to be struggling in that sense because, well, I mean, let's face it, if you drew 0-0 against Scotland, won 1-0 against Croatia in games that were very, well, let's face it, have a look at the friendlies we had. Like, it was literally, we should be slaughtering these teams, and we're not. Like, it's this safety play. It's this safe play that I don't understand. Like, why are we doing this? It makes no sense. And, you know, obviously we're going to be following this England's journey through this, but we should be winning these games, emphatically winning these games. How it's such a challenge to take on Scotland is a little bit of a joke. I mean, the players we have right now are insane. And at the end of the day, it all comes down to, in my mind, the manager, motivation, and just the way you play as a team. Don't be wrong, like, all these guys come from different teams, different formations, different tactics, different everything. But it's mind-boggling to me that we are struggling to keep together, even though we can slaughter these guys. And it worries me. This is why I'm worried when we go up against Czechoslovakia, because we should be doing better. Because we shouldn't have to rely on these 5 at the back looking formations, or taking to the Euros 5, not more than 5. Like, literally, like, it felt like we had more, like, defenders and then strikers than we had midfielders. We had brought like 5 midfielders from what I saw, and I was just looking at that lineup being like, we can't have that, because where's everyone? What's the game plan? We have no playmakers in the middle. But that being said, we've got this next game to prove that we actually are worth something. And, you know, it's not easy as an England fan to watch back and think to myself, oh yeah, sure, it's coming home, or it's going all the way, because I don't think it is anymore. I want to sit there and I go, oh yeah, absolutely, we're going to win this tournament. We're totally going to take this by storm, and we're going to finally win some silverware as a country with good players that are coming up, young players who can actually like turn the tide of England actually winning something. But it's a struggle. It's always a struggle, and it's always a pain in the backside to watch your team just suffer a bit. And it's hard to just sit there as an England fan and just take it on the chin. So that being said, guys, we will be following this, you know, England journey, as it were. But I'm not going to be, you know, I'm not confident that we'll be taking first. We're probably going to be taking second in this group. But yeah, going into the game against Czechoslovakia, if we win, brilliant, fantastic. But all we need is a draw, and we've gone into the next round. And from the way I'm looking at things right now, our group, we're lined up against the group of death. So we're either facing France or Germany, or, you know, someone from there, and we need to face the guys who are second, because they have the worst form. At the end of the day, it all comes down to form. And if we have, you know, a win that was just about do, a draw that was goalless, and then say, and I'm just an example, but if we did draw or lose Czechoslovakia, that's not going to be a good form going in, and that's how we'll crash out. But I hope that we win against the Czechs and we actually like move forward in this tournament. But we will never know. We will never know. We have to find out, obviously, on, I believe it's Tuesday. But yeah, listen, I honestly am praying that England win, because, again, as an England fan, it's not the easiest thing to see your team lose every single time. But the thing is, we've got to keep cheering on our team, kind of having faith in our manager. I hope this is just a part of a master plan, that we actually like go forth and win the whole thing. That's every country's dream for their team to like win, but it's not going to be easy, because you know how it is. You're an England fan, you're any fan of any country, and there's always going to be a different opinion somewhere. But that being said, I have faith in England, I have faith in our team, but how we proceed is going to be, it's going to be tough. So hopefully we are doing what we're doing now. We come together as a nation. We actually like try, actually push for our team to win, and yeah, we'll see what happens.